So the two terms, we're asked to factorize this. So what I will do is to write this. You can write this as, this could be written as 6, these laws of indices. This is 2y times 6 raised to 4 1. We know minus 7 6 raised to 4 y minus 5. That's it. So, and we know we can still write this as 6y all squared. So times 6 is 6 minus 7 6 raised to 4y minus 5. So nothing has spoiled. We are still on the right track. So let's call this, let's call 6 raised to 4y, let's call it x so that it will be easy for us to picture. So we have 6x squared here, we have 7x minus 5, so we can easily picture it this way. Make this plus 1 and this minus 5, so that this 10x minus 10x plus 3x is minus 7x. So our factored form is this. We factored it fast. So that's our factored form. So just concentrate on the last two terms here, this and this, the highest power and the constant. Find two numbers that will multiply to give us this, and two numbers that will multiply, such that if you cross multiply, this gives us the middle term. So that's the faster way. So our answer is just 2x plus 1, 3x minus 5. But remember, we said let x be that, so we have 2 times 6 raised to 4y plus 1, 3 times 6 raised to 4y minus 5. So the answer is plus 1, 3 minus 5. So the answer is C. The answer is C. So we asked to find the product of this and this. We can write this as 2 root x minus 3x times 2 root x, so that you picture it. Or if you multiply that, it will waste time. It's commutative. Addition is commutative, so we just changed. And this has turned to difference of 2 squares. Yes. So we have 2 square root x squared minus 3 squared x squared. Just laws of indices. So we have 4x, because root x squared is that, minus 9x squared. So you don't need to waste your time. The answer is C. The next question, we're asked to factorize that. Okay, the first thing I will do here is, instead of using difference of 2 squared direct, why not let me do it this way? I'm seeing r is common here, I'm still seeing 2 is common, so I can bring out my r here as r plus 1 all squared minus, bring out 2, we have r plus 1 all squared. So let's start like this. So we know we can assign this as r squared, laws of indices, r plus 1 squared. Also, we can assign this as 2 squared, r plus 1 squared. Yes. And what is common here? We have r plus 1 all squared. We are left with r squared here and minus 2 squared. And again, as you can see, we have difference of 2 squared. So we can write this as r minus 2 times r plus 2. So that's the answer. So that's the best way to solve this. Just before you start, look out common terms. So I assume the answer is A. The answer is A. So we are given that x equals that y when we ask to evaluate this. So we can just write our x squared minus y squared over 4xy. Let's substitute. This is root 2 plus 1 all squared minus root 2 minus 1 all squared over 4 root 2 plus 1 times root 2 minus 1. With this can just simplify down to root 2 times root 1. Root 2 times 1. You'll be wondering why. And this difference of 2 squared, which is root 2 squared minus 1. This difference of 2 squared. So you'll be wondering why did I simplify this fast like this? From there is one elementary identity that states that if A plus B all squared minus A minus B all squared. Okay, let's start with the plus sign. Is 2A squared plus B squared. But if it's the negative, is 4AB. That's an elementary identity, very, very important identity. So it's very important. A plus B all squared plus that gives us 2 times A squared plus B squared. Or if it's minus, it's just 4AB. So our A is root 2 and our B is 1. So that's how we just substitute. So you don't need to waste time. So this is now 4 times root 2 over this 2 minus 1A. 4 is 4, so the answer is root 2. So you don't need to waste time here. The answer is A. Equals 8 and x squared minus y squared equal to 8. Yeah, then 2x x dash. Okay, let's start with this difference of 2 squared. So we can write this as x minus y, x plus y equal to 8. But they told us that x plus y is 8, so I will write this as 8 times x minus y equal to 8. Do you get? I replace x plus y with 8. So it's 8. So we have x minus y equals 1. So, but we have to find 2x. So here you see that x minus 1 is 1 and x plus 1 plus y is 8. So let's add the two equations. So adding equation 1 and 2. So if you add, so this is 2x, this is 0, so we have 9. So 2x equals 9. So that's the answer. They said find all the possible values of this if that is 6 and that is that. So remember, from identity, addition of 2 squared, I told you a squared plus b squared has two formulas, either a plus b all squared minus 2ab, or a minus b squared plus 2ab. So anyone will serve. So I have x minus y here. Find all the possible values. So I will use the second one. I will relate this with this. So I'm saying that we now have x squared plus y squared is equal to x minus y all squared plus 2xy. So that's what I'm using now. Our a is x. This, I'm using this with this, not the first one. So we have 16 equals x minus y, because we are looking for x minus y here. X minus y squared plus 2. Xy is 7 over 2. So we have 16 here. S minus y all squared plus 7. And this is x minus y all squared. 16 minus 7 is 9. So we know that square root of 9 is plus or minus 3. So there's two crosses to be squared. So the answer will be either positive or negative, because we don't know which one is greater. Assuming they told us that x is greater, we know it's 3. But if it's less than y, you know it's negative. The answer is plus or minus 3.